every owner and partner Digimon that has appeared in Digimon Beatbreak so far. As of the end of the Tactics arc, we have gotten 31 named characters who have or had a partner Digimon. The only other season to do this is 02 with a total around 34 Digidestin, whose names we knew. And if it's true that Beatbreak is going to be around 48 to 49 episodes and we just reached the halfway point, I thought it'd be a perfect time to go over all the owners and Digimon partnerships we've gotten within the first 24 episodes, along with me saying a few evolutions I would like to see. Also, sorry for any names I'm probably going to mispronounce. Now, quickly starting things off with the members of Glowing Dawn, we have our lead protagonist, who is also kind of the Matt character as well, Tomoro, and his partner Geckomon, whose champion and ultimate levels are Armor-Lizamon and Monarch-Lizamon, and fresh and in training levels being Kekkomon and Kekkomon. I think I'm saying that right. We also got to temporarily see what Armor-Lizamon would look like with his color palette swapped. Also, I wanted to ask, how do you guys feel about them calling the fresh level Digimon in training level? Does it not bother you guys, or does it drive you a little crazy? Moving on, we have Reina and her partner Pristimon, whose champion level is Wolvermon. Now, if they did decide to have Pristimon's ultimate level be an already existing Digimon, I think a good choice would be Kyukimon. I know it's not a cyborg type, but it is a furry animal with weapon hands. Next we have Makoto and his partner Kirapmon, whose champion level is Night Kirapmon. Then we have Glowing Dawn's leader Kyo and his partner Cougarmon, whose ultimate level is Murasamemon. Now, it was kinda teased that Lilomon is supposed to be Cougarmon's rookie level, and I thought people would be super happy about that because Lilomon has been around for over 20 years and has never been a partner Digimon. They actually haven't really done a whole lot with the Digimon, to be honest, but to my surprise, a lot of people were just saying Cougarmon's Leomon death is confirmed now by this. Now, if I seem rude by saying this, I'm sorry, because I'm not saying that it will or will not die, but this isn't the default rookie for Leomon. Technically, that's Electmon. That's why Kaito's Electmon digivolved into Leomon in Rearise. And even if they decided to go with a different feline rookie, our choices are 2 more lions and whatever Gazemon and Violectmon are. And Gazemon has digivolved into Leomon and Kizna. So of the 6 feline options, Violectmon would be the only safe choice, since it's not a lion and hasn't digivolved to Leomon. Now I know Lilomon is the default rookie for Loader Leomon and Bancho Leomon, but the Loader Leomon in Tri lived, though it was still called Loader Liomon at the time, but I'm still gonna count it. Now moving on to the kinda new members of Glowing Dawn, the Kinko Gang, now renamed the Nirinso Defense Force. Starting off with their leader Shiitake, who was partnered to Shamblemon before being deleted by Haimon, but now is partnered to a Red Vegiemon whose rookie level is Mushroomon and fresh and in training level is Nyokimon and Tanamon. And his 2 teammates Shimiji and Iringi are both partnered to Mushroommon. Now, it is unclear at this time if Shiitake's Red Vegiemon is the permanent champion level or if it will become a Shamblemon like his first partner, but if it is, I think that'd be the perfect opportunity to have Shimiji and Iringi's Mushroomons digivolve into Vegiemon and Weedmon. Now, let's move to the next cleaner group, Tactics. Starting off, we have Raito and his partner Monodramon, whose champion and ultimate levels are Ramphomon and Azudaramon, and its fresh level being Ketomon. Then we have Hotoroko and her partner Sayakomon, whose armor level that's being used as a champion is Tylomon. Next, we have Granite and his partner Ludomon, whose champion level is Tyludomon. Now, if Ludomon does continue digivolving, it'd probably turn to its default Ultimate and Mega levels, which I am totally okay with. I just don't want it to turn into Ragnalordmon. As cool as that Digimon is, I just don't want Ludomon to have the same problem Gabumon has. Being that every time a partner Gabumon plays a major role in a story, it's only there so it can be partnered up with Agumon so they can usually make Omnimon. Now we move on to their commander, Naito, and his partner Gigasmon, whose fresh level is Punimon. And while we're still on Tactics, let's go over its former member, before the group was officially disbanded, Haruomi and his partner Commandramon, whose fresh level is Bombmon. Now it is unknown if Commandramon will digivolve, but it looks like it's going to return soon, so we'll see then. Alright, now we're on the last known cleaner group, the 5 stars. Of the current members, we have Kaito and his partner Flaremon, Hanaka and her partner Marine Chimeramon, Rose and her partner Lilomon, and Genjo and his partner Gokumon. And last is Clay, who is no longer part of the 5 stars, and his partner Proganomon, whose rookie, champion, and mega levels are Sunrizamon, Landramon, and Pyramidimon, and fresh level being Sandmon. Now, when it comes to evolutions for the remaining members, all I have to say is that I really don't want Lilomon to digivolve to Rosemon. again. I know their partner's name is Rose, but it's already been a partner Mega 3 times in the anime series. We don't really need to be a fourth, do we? But my hopes aren't too high for that, since Proganomon's evil line is the exact same as Close's Sunrizamon's and Liberator. Now that we're done with the cleaner groups, we can start talking about the other characters, beginning with the non-criminals like Haruko, the only cleaner that isn't in a group. Her partner is Shademon, and though it hasn't digivolved, it did do what I'll call a biocross with Haruko to make Shademon Haruko version. Then we have Sasatake, whose partner is Pandamon, and this is the only partnership in this video that's technically adoption. Then we have Yume, who was partner to Tinkermon before being deleted by Azadaremon. And finally we have Hiroshi and his partner Greymon, whose fresh level is Botomon. Next we have the owners whose Digimon basically went rogue, beginning with Hajime and his partner Mimicmon, whose fresh level is Kuramon. Then we have Hosoda, whose partner was Raramon before being deleted by Kaito's Flaremon. And lastly we have Hayato and their partner Sneemon, whose ultimate level is Skull Scorpiomon and fresh level is Papumon. Now we're finally on the criminals, and we'll start things off with Mitsuo and his partner Funbeemon. Funbeemon's champion level is Waspmon and its fresh level is Pupumon. Next we have the members of Koala Kai, beginning with their leader Kisuke and his partner Ostamon, whose fresh level is Mukomon. Then we have Nogi and his partner Machmon, whose fresh level is Metalcoromon. And lastly Makida and his partner was Kenkimon, whose fresh level was Bombmon, but was later deleted by Kisuke's Ostamon. Moving on we have Bomber and his partner Bomber Nannymon, whose fresh level is also Bombmon. And I gotta say, I was so happy to see these guys return in episode 19, and I would love to see Bomber Nannymon digivolve into something fun and goofy like Big Mommymon. Now we're down to our last two criminals, beginning with Manabu and his partner Moosemon, whose fresh level is Pafumon. And last we have Izumi, who we believe her partner is the Commandomon from episode 19. And that's it. That is all 31 owners we know of so far in Digimon Beatbreak. Though I do want to mention we did see some Digimon and their owners in Clay's Black Market, but their names were never revealed, hence why I didn't include them in this video. And since we're probably only halfway through Beatbreak right now, there's no telling how much bigger that number will grow. And it makes me really happy that older, already existing Digimon are finally getting partnership status, since Digimon does kinda have a big problem of just reusing the same Digimon as partners over and over again, or creating brand new ones that are specifically made for a series project they're debuting in. Example being Geckomon and its Evo line in this show, which then will be reused as someone else's partner later, like how Proganomon and its Evo line already is in here. And don't get me wrong, I love getting new Digimon, but we already have over 1,000, and it feels like only a fourth of them have ever actually been partners. So I'm hoping Digimon like, I don't know, Aruamon, who has been around for decades now, will finally be able to have a chance to be a partner Digimon in this show. Now that that's been said though, I would want to know the Digimon that you want to appear partnered in this show, or the Digivolutions that you would want to see happen. For me personally, the biggest partnership I would want to see is Hitomi with Haimon. I just think that'd be a great redemption arc for Haimon if they somehow bond with Hitomi as a Punimon and gets to digivolve with her Sapotama without giving her cold heart again. That way we can also have the return of Fangmon hopefully. I'm also very excited to see who Maki's partner is or was, since it was stated that she used to be a cleaner. With that all said though, that's pretty much it for this video, and I'm really looking forward to making a part 2 to this once Beatbreak is over, where I cover all the new Digivolutions and partners that will appear during the show's second half. Until then, please like the video and give it some hype if you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below, subscribe if you want to see more from me. See y'all next time. Bye guys!